Something shocking is happening in 2025. Millions of Americans are quietly quitting Walmart. The chain that once defined cheap is now making headlines for rotten food, empty shelves, and fake discounts. Consumer Reports found more than 40% of shoppers left stores without the basics they came for. USDA recalls tied to Walmart suppliers have pulled tens of thousands of pounds of meat and dairy off the shelves. And here's the kicker. Aldi now beats Walmart on over 70% of grocery staples. So why keep paying more only to get less? Why gamble with your family's health and wallet at a store that no longer delivers on its promise? This isn't just about frustration at the checkout. It's about broken trust, wasted money, and the slow collapse of a retail giant that once felt untouchable. And the quiet walkout isn't slowing down, it's spreading. Seniors, working parents, and everyday families are taking their dollars elsewhere. This is the Downturn Report, where the truth gets personal. Today we will reveal 7 big reasons why millions are leaving Walmart right now. Number 1. Rotten food. In 2025, the refrigerated aisles at Walmart have become a national embarrassment, and shoppers are finally speaking out. What should be the safest purchase? A sealed gallon of milk, a block of cheese, or a pack of chicken has turned into a ticking time bomb that families across America are tired of dealing with. Reports are pouring in. Milk that smells sour right after opening, chicken that develops a gray, slimy film before it ever hits the frying pan, yogurt that curdles despite being sealed and within its date. This isn't paranoia, it's reality. In April, an investigation by Consumer Reports tested random dairy samples from Walmart locations in Ohio and Pennsylvania and found bacterial growth levels far higher than the expected thresholds, with coliform counts suggesting contamination before the sell-by date. In July, the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service flagged multiple Walmart meat suppliers after routine inspections showed failures in cold chain storage, with poultry transported above 45 degrees Fahrenheit, a level that allows dangerous bacteria like Salmonella and Listeria to multiply. Shoppers are connecting the dots. A Michigan mother told local TV she threw away 2 gallons of milk in 1 month, both sour days before the expiration. She didn't demand a refund, she simply quit trusting Walmart. In Arkansas, a retired veteran posted online photos of cheese slices sweating oil, while still vacuum sealed, sparking thousands of comments from customers with identical experiences. Even worse, a recall in late August 2025 involved Walmart's Great Value yogurt cups distributed nationwide, which were pulled for premature spoilage after FDA spot checks revealed yeast contamination. That recall, covering over 300,000 units, confirmed what shoppers had been whispering for years. Freshness at Walmart isn't just slipping, it's collapsing. What makes this dangerous isn't only the wasted money, it's the health risk. Listeria doesn't care about printed dates. The CDC warns that Listeria thrives in refrigerated dairy, and just last year outbreaks linked to improperly stored soft cheeses hospitalized over 50 people, most of them seniors. For older Americans already vulnerable, 1 bad spoonful could mean weeks in the hospital. The numbers are chilling. According to the CDC, roughly 1,600 people contract listeriosis annually in the US, and about 260 die. And Walmart, with its massive reach, becomes the perfect storm if supply chain standards falter even slightly. The anger is spreading. Local health departments in states like Colorado and Kentucky have logged dozens of complaints about spoiled Walmart meat and dairy, though most shoppers never bother filing formal reports. Instead, they simply walk away, and once that trust is gone, it spreads like mold on bread. Every yellow discount sticker looks like camouflage. Every rollback deal feels like bait. Shoppers start asking, if milk and chicken can't be trusted, what else is rotten behind those sliding glass doors? By late 2025, Aldi, Kroger, and regional grocers are quietly reaping the benefits. Sales data leaked from Nielsen in August showed Walmart's dairy category slipping nearly 8% year over year, while Aldi's private label dairy jumped by double digits. Seniors on fixed incomes who used to swear by Walmart's lowest price now say $2 saved isn't worth the risk of food poisoning. Looking toward 2026, industry analysts warn Walmart faces not just a PR nightmare, but a long-term customer exodus. Once a reputation for freshness rots, it rarely revives. That is why millions are quitting Walmart today, not out of anger, but out of fear, frustration, and fatigue. Because when the milk sours and the chicken stinks, no bargain in America feels cheap enough to gamble with your health. Number 2. No longer cheap. Picture this. 20 years ago, if someone said cheap, you automatically thought Walmart. It wasn't just a store, it was the measuring stick for low prices in America, the giant that made every other grocer tremble. But in 2025, that crown has slipped, and not quietly. It's been ripped off in broad daylight with receipts and shopping carts as the evidence. Shoppers are discovering that Walmart, the store that once defined affordability, now often charges more than its competitors. The myth has cracked, and the reality is spreading faster than a rumor at a church potluck. The numbers don't lie. Consumer Reports price studies show Aldi beating Walmart on more than 70% of everyday grocery staples. Milk, eggs, bread, produce, even paper towels. Bloomberg reported in August that Aldi undercuts Walmart by as much as 15% on dairy and fresh produce, categories that matter most to families and retirees. Meanwhile, regional chains like H-E-B and Winco are grabbing headlines for offering better prices on bulk goods and essentials. That old Walmart slogan, "Save money, live better," now feels like a bad joke when shoppers walk out with fewer bags and lighter wallets. The betrayal is sharpest for the loyalists. For decades, retirees memorized the clearance racks. Single moms hunted down rollbacks, and working-class families relied on Walmart as their financial anchor. But the data shows the tide turning. Nielsen IQ revealed that Walmart lost nearly 6% of its low-income shoppers to Aldi in the first half of 2025. Costco, once seen as the club for the middle class, is now signing up retirees and working-class households at record rates. Membership growth jumped nearly 10% this year. Even local farm stands and regional butchers are winning back customers, because at least there, the prices feel fair and the portions honest. And Walmart's tricks aren't helping. Shrinkflation has become the running gag nobody laughs at. Cereal boxes slimmed down by ounces while prices crept upward. Snack packs that look full but hold air. Detergent jugs with less liquid for more cash. In July, watchdog group Truth in Advertising exposed Walmart's rollback gimmicks. Prices tagged as discounts were actually higher than the month before. For seniors, it feels like being conned by a casino that changed the rules mid-game. One Ohio pensioner told reporters, "I used to fill my cart for under $100. Now it's $150 and there's no meat inside." By autumn, the quiet walkouts became impossible to ignore. Walmart's most loyal base, the budget warriors, the coupon clippers, the paycheck-to-paycheck families, are slipping away. This isn't just a red flag, it's a neon sign flashing across America. Walmart is no longer the cheapest, and when that illusion shatters, it doesn't just cost Walmart sales, it costs them a place in people's lives. Here's the harsh truth. In 2025, shopping isn't just about spending less, it's about spending smarter. Shoppers have realized they can do better elsewhere, and once the spell breaks, there's no going back. The question isn't why people are leaving Walmart. The real question is, why would anyone stay? Number 3. Self-checkout scam. By 2025, Walmart's so-called convenience revolution has turned into a running national joke, and not the funny kind. Self-checkout was marketed as the future. Faster, smoother, empowering customers to take control. Instead, shoppers feel like they've been drafted into unpaid labor. No smiles, no help, no paycheck. Just a blinking kiosk and that dreaded robotic voice repeating, "Unexpected item in the bagging area," until your blood pressure spikes. What was meant to save time now steals it, turning every grocery trip into a frustrating second job. The evidence is everywhere. In Kentucky, a mother balancing a screaming toddler while wrestling with apples at a Walmart self-checkout filmed herself waiting for assistance as alarms blared and screens froze. The clip racked up over 5 million views on TikTok, not because it was unique, but because it was painfully familiar. Social media threads are flooded with sarcastic comments. "Do I get a W-2 for this? Where's my employee discount? So when do I get promoted from cashier to manager?" These jokes mask something deeper: exhaustion. For working families and retirees already worn thin, shopping shouldn't feel like clocking in for a shift you never signed up for. Behind the humor lies a darker truth. Walmart isn't rolling out self-checkout to help customers, it's cutting costs by shifting labor onto shoppers. In February 2025, a leaked internal memo obtained by Business Insider revealed Walmart slashed thousands of cashier positions nationwide, replacing them with more self-checkout machines to streamline labor costs. Yet prices haven't dropped. The groceries still cost more, even as customers bag their own items, troubleshoot frozen screens, and stand idle under flashing red lights. This isn't convenience. It's corporate cost-cutting disguised as innovation, and the fallout is measurable. A March 2025 survey by Ipsos found that nearly 60% of Walmart shoppers said self-checkout made their experience worse, with seniors rating it the most frustrating. Theft rates have also skyrocketed. In May, Reuters reported Walmart lost an estimated $3 billion in shrink. Missing inventory largely tied to self-checkout errors, both intentional and accidental. Ironically, the machines designed to save money are draining it, all while alienating the very customers Walmart depends on. The insult stings hardest when time-sensitive items are involved. Frozen chicken slowly thaws as shoppers wait for an associate to override a glitch. Elderly customers fumble with touchscreen prompts, only to be scolded by machines for bagging too quickly. Families on tight schedules lose minutes they don't have, watching their grocery trips stretch into an ordeal. For people trying to pinch pennies, the equation feels cruel. Higher prices, more work, less service. By mid-year, the backlash had grown too loud to ignore. Hashtags like #boycott_self-checkout trended on Twitter, and petitions calling for Walmart to bring back staffed lanes gathered hundreds of thousands of signatures. Some regional grocers have even turned the chaos into marketing gold. Kroger and Publix ran ads boasting real cashiers, real service, and customers noticed. Walmart, once the fallback for saving time and money, is becoming the place you avoid when both are running short. Here's the bitter irony. Self-checkout was supposed to be about empowerment. Instead, it has exposed Walmart's game. Convenience for the corporation, inconvenience for the customer. And as the anger builds, shoppers are connecting the dots. If Walmart is willing to offload its jobs onto you, what corners are being cut in the food you're bringing home? Spoiled milk and rotten chicken suddenly don't look like flukes. They look like part of the same broken system. That's why more and more people are saying out loud what they once only muttered. Self-checkout isn't progress, it's a scam. And in 2025, Americans are done being fooled. Number 4. Service is dead. Step into a Walmart in 2025 and you'll notice something chilling. It feels less like a store and more like an abandoned airport terminal. The greeters who once waved you in with a smile, gone. The cashiers who made small talk at checkout, replaced by blinking machines. Even the employees you do see look more like ghosts drifting through aisles, tired, undertrained, and drowning in tasks they can't keep up with. Shoppers describe the experience with words no retailer ever wants to hear: cold, lonely, isolating. One woman in Ohio summed it up after a recent trip. "I felt completely alone even though the store was full of people." That line hit hard because buying groceries isn't supposed to feel like wandering a deserted mall at midnight. This collapse of customer service isn't an accident, it's policy. In March 2025, an internal memo leaked to the Wall Street Journal revealed Walmart planned to cut nearly 10,000 in-store service roles nationwide, betting on automation to fill the gap. That gamble backfired spectacularly. Machines may scan barcodes, but they don't help you find your kid's allergy medicine. They don't notice a struggling senior searching for mobility assistance. And they don't deliver the one thing working-class shoppers and retirees crave most: a sense of being seen and valued. For many older Americans who shop not just for food but for human contact, that loss cuts deeper than any price hike. And the data backs it up. A June 2025 survey by Ipsos found Walmart ranked dead, last in customer service among major U.S. retailers, trailing even struggling chains like Dollar General. Complaint filings at the Better Business Bureau against Walmart jumped 22% year over year, with the majority citing poor staff availability and rude interactions. Social media is littered with viral clips of customers waiting 10, 15, even 20 minutes for help with locked cabinets, only to be met with sighs or shrugs when an associate finally arrives. In one particularly damning incident in Florida, a senior recorded himself waiting half an hour for assistance unlocking a $6 bottle of heartburn medicine. His video, which garnered millions of views, ended with the line, "They don't want my money, so why should I give it to them?" The problem isn't just scarcity, it's morale. Employees themselves admit to being overwhelmed and undertrained. Reddit forums frequented by Walmart staff are filled with confessions like, "We're given impossible workloads," and "I just don't care anymore." When workers stop caring, customers feel it instantly. That silence at checkout, the absent glance down the aisle, the refusal to engage. It all sends one loud message: your presence here doesn't matter. And if the people wearing the Walmart vest don't care about the experience, why should shoppers keep swiping their cards? Competitors are pouncing on the gap. In July, Kroger launched ads emphasizing real service, real people, and regional grocers are winning loyalty with staff who actually talk to their customers. Even Costco, famous for its warehouse model, is gaining traction among retirees for maintaining human cashiers and in-store samples that spark small moments of community. Meanwhile, Walmart customers are quietly voting with their feet. They may not yell at managers or file lawsuits, but they're making a decision every time they skip Walmart for a place that still feels human. By late 2025, this erosion of customer service isn't just an inconvenience, it's an exodus. Because shoppers aren't leaving for cheaper milk or cleaner aisles alone. They're leaving because no one likes to feel invisible. And for millions of working families and older Americans, the choice is clear. Spend money where you still feel like a person, not a problem. Number 5. Empty shelves. Walk into a Walmart in 2025, and it feels like stepping into a ghost town disguised as a grocery store. Shoppers head in for eggs, milk, or toilet paper. Basic items that every household depends on, and instead face aisle after aisle of barren shelves, cardboard cutouts, and signs promising restock soon. But soon never comes. Week after week, across states from Texas to Michigan, customers are finding the same scene. Empty hooks where essentials should be, frustrated faces leaving with half-full carts, and a growing sense that Walmart has lost control of its own supply chain. It's no longer a bad storm or a holiday rush. It's the new normal. The stories are piling up. A Tennessee father vented online after spending 40 minutes in Walmart only to walk out with 2 items saying, "I could have stayed home." In California, shoppers posted photos of entire refrigerated sections cleared out, with only condensation dripping from the shelves. In Florida, videos went viral of toilet paper aisles stripped bare. Not during a panic buying frenzy, but on an ordinary Tuesday. And in June 2025, a Consumer Reports survey found Walmart ranked last among major grocers for product availability, with over 40% of respondents saying they regularly couldn't find what they needed. This isn't just inconvenience, it's insult. Gas isn't free. Time isn't free. Families on tight budgets plan meals around the expectation that Walmart will have the basics, only to waste fuel, waste minutes, and waste hope when they leave nearly empty-handed. For retirees living on fixed incomes, the sting cuts deeper. They aren't asking for luxuries. They're asking for milk that isn't missing, eggs that aren't out of stock indefinitely, and pantry staples that don't require multiple trips to multiple stores. It's like playing grocery roulette, except the wheel keeps landing on "try again later." The deeper concern is that Walmart's own private label, Great Value, is now showing cracks. In July 2025, Reuters reported that Walmart slashed orders for several Great Value canned goods because of supplier disputes and shipping bottlenecks. Shelves that once held budget-friendly alternatives now sit empty, stripping working families of the very items they counted on to stretch their food dollars. And when the private label falters, it's more than a hiccup. It's a red flag that the supply chain rot has spread from name brand shortages to Walmart's own house brand. Meanwhile, competitors are seizing the moment. Aldi has quietly doubled its supply of private label essentials, filling its shelves while Walmart's remain bare. Regional grocers like Meijer and H-E-B are winning loyalty simply by offering consistency. Even farmers markets are seeing a surge as customers turn to local suppliers who, while not flashy, actually deliver. For shoppers, it's a simple equation. Why gamble with dinner when you can get food where it's always in stock? By autumn 2025, shoppers aren't raising their voices. They're raising their feet. Quietly, steadily, they're walking away. Walmart doesn't just risk losing sales, it risks losing trust. Because once a family finds stability elsewhere, they rarely come back to the chaos. And in a year when every dollar matters, no one wants to waste time on empty promises and empty shelves. Number 6. Great values decline. For decades, Walmart's private label, Great Value, was the one card families could play when every penny mattered. It was the quiet hero of tight budgets, the brand that made stretching a paycheck feel possible. But in 2025, that safety net is tearing apart, and shoppers are noticing. Packages are shrinking, textures are off, and labels keep changing like costumes at a cheap play. Customers who once swore by Great Value are now sharing horror stories that sound more like satire than shopping trips. One Arkansas retiree opened a can of Great Value green beans and said it looked like it came straight from a swamp. Another mom in Texas posted photos of Great Value mac and cheese that turned into clumps of paste, drawing thousands of disgusted comments online. And these aren't just picky complaints, they're red flags of corner cutting. In May 2025, Consumer Reports flagged Great Value canned vegetables for inconsistent texture and excessive brine, warning that what used to be a budget-friendly staple is now a gamble. Around the same time, the USDA announced a recall of more than 25,000 pounds of Great Value frozen chicken strips because of contamination with foreign materials. Plastic fragments discovered by unlucky families at the dinner table. Even Walmart's own brand of peanut butter has made headlines. In July, the FDA confirmed salmonella contamination in certain batches of Great Value creamy peanut butter, leading to a nationwide recall across 30 states. Each scandal chips away at the trust that millions of shoppers once placed in Walmart's house brand. The shrinkflation is obvious too. Boxes of Great Value cereal now weigh nearly 10% less than they did just 2 years ago, while prices have climbed. Shoppers snap side-by-side photos showing family-size boxes that could practically fit in a lunch bag. A watchdog group, Truth in Advertising, called out Walmart in June for misleading packaging that visually exaggerated contents while offering less food for more money. For families living on fixed incomes, this isn't clever marketing, it's betrayal. A retiree in Ohio summed it up. "I thought I was saving money, but now I'm throwing it in the trash." And once that trust breaks, shoppers don't just stop buying Great Value, they start questioning everything in the cart. Aldi's private label, for instance, has surged precisely because customers feel it delivers consistent quality at lower prices. Costco's Kirkland Signature has built an empire on trust, so much so that loyalists brag about buying Kirkland coffee, diapers, even salmon without a second thought. Meanwhile, Walmart's once proud house brand has become a punchline. Viral TikTok videos mock the irony. Great value? More like great disappointment. The fallout is already visible. According to Nielsen data released in August, Walmart's private label sales dropped nearly 7% year over year, while Aldi's and Costco's surged. Analysts warn that if Walmart loses its edge on its own brand, the exodus will accelerate into 2026. Because the cold truth is this: if even the cheap stuff isn't worth buying, what's left to stay for? When Great Value starts to feel like a trap rather than a lifeline, Walmart loses not just a sale, but its very reason for being. Families who once leaned on Great Value as their safety cushion are quietly leaving for stores that still care about what goes into the package, and once they make that shift, they rarely come back. Number 7. Fake rollbacks. Once upon a time, the bright yellow rollback tag at Walmart was like a beacon of hope. It meant a small victory in a week where every penny counted, a rare moment when the math in your head finally worked in your favor. But in 2025, those yellow signs no longer bring relief, they bring suspicion. Shoppers are realizing that Walmart's rollbacks aren't really rolling back anything. Instead, they become a clever disguise for quiet price hikes, a shell game that leaves customers feeling cheated. The evidence is mounting, and it's coming straight from the people who shop there. Online forums and TikTok videos have gone viral with side-by-side photos of products, cereal, coffee, detergent, showing how prices first creep upward, only for Walmart to slap on a rollback tag weeks later, proudly advertising a discount that simply returns the price to where it used to be. In some cases, shoppers have caught items marked as rollbacks being sold at higher prices than before the discount. One viral post in June showed a Great Value loaf of bread labeled rollback at $2.48, when the same shopper's receipt from March had it at $1.98. That isn't savings. That's smoke and mirrors. Consumer watchdogs are now calling it out. In July 2025, Truth in Advertising released a report accusing Walmart of deceptive pricing practices, citing dozens of examples where the rollback label misled customers into thinking they were saving money. The Federal Trade Commission has even received formal complaints, though no fines have been issued yet. For seniors and low-income families, this isn't an abstract issue. It's deeply personal. A Kentucky retiree told local media, "I go in with a list and a budget, and I leave feeling robbed. It's not inflation. It's trickery." The betrayal stings because Walmart built its empire on being the low-price leader. Generations of Americans trusted that when Walmart said something was cheaper, it actually was. Now that trust is evaporating. Shoppers are keeping receipts, tracking prices on apps, and comparing notes online. They're not just annoyed, they feel conned. And once a customer feels tricked, the relationship is broken. Quietly, they stop coming back. Aldi and regional grocers are benefiting, as their prices might fluctuate, but their tags don't lie. Costco members laugh at Walmart's games, knowing the bulk price they pay is consistent and honest. The emotional toll is heavy. For families already battling inflation, every trip to Walmart feels like rolling dice they can't afford to lose. The rollback sign, once a symbol of relief, now feels like a neon lie. And that lie doesn't just damage Walmart's reputation, it severs loyalty. Shoppers may not yell at the manager, they may not demand refunds, but they're making their protest with their feet. They smile on the way out, but they don't return the next week. By autumn 2025, the verdict is clear. Walmart's rollbacks aren't deals, they're decoys. And in a year when every dollar feels like survival, no one has patience for games. Once the yellow tag loses its meaning, the entire brand promise collapses. Because in retail, as in life, when the price tags start lying, trust disappears fast. And once it's gone, it doesn't come back. Walmart once promised to be America's safety net, but in 2025, that net is unraveling. Soured milk, fake rollbacks, empty shelves, and customer service that feels more like a ghost town than a store. Millions are waking up, realizing it's not just about saving dollars, it's about saving trust.